Welcome back to Up Front in our conversation with retiring state senators Tim Cullen of Janesville, here with us in the studio, and Dale Schultz of Richland Center at our Madison affiliate WKOW-TV. Senator Schultz, let me get back to you on this question of how do we find a way out of this? If we agree that what's happening right now is not a good thing, there are probably some people in your own party who think it's a very good thing. How do you view the future for this institution?
Well, I'm unabashedly optimistic. I've spent a good deal of the past year traveling around Wisconsin talking about things like rural school funding, like redistricting, and a whole host of other issues. And what I have seen in the faces of Wisconsin are, by and large, optimistic people who want this state to go someplace. We may argue from time to time about different ways to get there. We may suffer the trials and tribulations of a political process that has evolved over a period of time. But the people of this state are still wonderful folks. I feel like the luckiest man in the world to have spent 32 years in the Wisconsin legislature, and I will be eternally grateful for having had that opportunity given to me by the people of South Central and Southwestern Wisconsin.
Let me ask you a final question, and Senator Schultz, I'll go back to you for this. Give people out there just briefly your plans for the future. What do you want to do now? Because public life is a very different place to be. What do you want to do now?
Well, I'm going to do as I said I was going to do. I'm going to spend a little more time with my wife and my children. In fact, I hope it's a lot more time. For the past 32 years, my job has sort of been a mistress, an unwanted mistress when it came to interfering with my family life, and I'm really looking to reinvest in that in a way that will be very satisfying. In addition to that, I'm going to go back and pick up some things that I left long ago that I have a lot of interest in, like farming. And that's something that I started out to do in life, and the great ag recession sort of changed my plans. Now I have the opportunity to go back and pursue that, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Senator Cullen, what do you have planned?
Well, a lot more time with family, with my daughter and stepchildren and grandchildren. But I'm also going to be pursuing issues I care about as a private citizen that I have not been able to focus on as much when I'm in the state senate. I really believe that we can go back to our communities and as private citizens make a difference in our community, that Washington and Madison isn't the place to look all the time to solve everything. And so I started 2 foundations before I went up there. I'm going to start a 3rd one next year, dealing largely with the issues of diversity, poverty, and public education, some mixture of those 3 things. And I'm very excited about getting going on it, and I'm looking forward to it beyond belief.
Senator Tim Cullen, the Democrat from Janesville, Senator Dale Schultz, a Republican from Richland Center. It's good to have you both on the program. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up next, I'll have some closing thoughts about the changing of the guard in the state legislature. And remember, you can keep the conversation going throughout the week by following me at Mike Boucher on Twitter.